In this video, we are going to reassemble Johnny 5. Yeah, not disassemble, no, reassemble. Well, like everything that gets old, it shrinks, or goes saggy and what have you. Like one disenfranchised nipple said to the other disenfranchised nipple, if we don't get some support around here, they'll call us nuts. Anyway, let's carry on. How am I going to reattach my handle, which is one that I turned on the lathe years ago? It kind of fits my hand, I quite like it. And it's made of oak, all right? But I just had to stay, all right? The actual ferrule here is the original ferrule, and that's pretty much past its best. But, you know, I just fired the end off, what have you, cleaned and polished it all up, and I'm going to stick with it. And I'm going to stick with the handle as well. I'm going to clean off that old mushrooming that's going on there. Oh, my dear wife has brought me a coffee.
And a dog.
Yeah, and the dog. He's down there. Yeah, I might show him in a minute. Anyway, yeah, apparently I'm the best. Yeah, Dad, you're the best. Okay. So we're going to reattach this, which I think is a buck cast steel firmer chisel, not bevel, firmer chisel. Now remember that some bevel edge chisels are no better than a firmer chisel, so just watch that. I've done videos about this numerous times. I'll try to get it to sink in. There's so many chisel manufacturers out there. Just get it wrong, you know, and there's no two chisels the same. They're like, the machining is awful, absolutely awful. Anyway, what we're going to do is obviously reinsert this into the handle, but we don't want it to fall out again. Now, when these things are made in the olden days, quite often be made with green wood, and what happens is it shrink around the tang, which that's the tang there, that pointy bit's the tang, and then tighten up around the actual tang, you see, and then you have the brass ferrule here, and that shouldn't actually, hopefully it doesn't fall off. Normally you have like a little nipple in the side. Anyway, so I'm going to clean up the handle first. I'm going to do that just with a file. I'll get rid of that mushrooming first. File or rasp in this case. Just going to rasp that off then. It's probably a bit aggressive, so you've got a tiny bit to come off. Could use a file if not. That probably makes more sense. There's only a little old bit, you see, I'm taking off. I don't want to squeeze the handle up in the vise too much because, well, it's not the right shape for the vise, is it? There are other ways to hold round things, obviously. Yeah. You could grip your wood firmly if you know what I mean. Anyway, so a bit of innuendo there for you, you know. Innuendo of the day. So I'm just literally taking off that burr, because if you don't get rid of that and you allow that to carry on, the mushrooming on the end of this handle, if you don't get rid of that, eventually it's going to split. Now, I've noticed on here, there's a little dark line there, I don't even see that. That's a sign that it's going to start splitting, just like my fingernail. It's what happens when you cut with a Stanley knife. Yeah, don't do that, it hurts. Right, I think that's probably enough. There's various ways you can reattach. This is just the way that I've found it works. And it works for me anyway, so that's what I thought I'd share it with you. Quite simple, really. I've done it in a short video before, actually, but in this case, it's a full-on, unedited version. So there we go. Sand off around right there. A little bit of sanding on the end. I don't want to get rid of all the patina. Don't get me wrong, I'm not that bothered about patina on tools and stuff. Tools for me are exactly what they are, a tool. No, I'm not really a tart. Can you tell? I'm not. Look at the state of me. No, I don't worry about shit like that. I really don't. A little bit of sand around there. Let's do something that's rounded this time. This is 240 grit. Just slightly going over. Just get rid of some of the old, little bit of the grease. I'm not going to over sand it because I'm going to want to reapply some linseed. So I've got to get rid of some of the grease first. You know, basically the grease and glue that's come off my hands. That's basically what it's covered in. But like I say, I'm not worried about patinas and stuff like that. No, I know it can look pretty, and if you want to maintain value in your tools, if that's what it's all about for you. No, a tool is a tool for me. Yeah. Unless it's worth an absolute fortune, I might sell it and buy two tools. Which is very unlikely. Old tools have very little value, unless it's a #1 Stanley Bailey hand plane. But I don't have one of them. No, they can fetch up to £3 you know. It's crazy. Flipping hand plane. It's a useless hand plane as well because the handle's so small, the tote is so small you can't get your hands around it. You've got to use your fingers. It's an absolute useless. It's a useless plane. It's just a, it's something to keep in it. It's a keepsake. Maybe make it a key ring or something. So tiny. It's not really small enough to be of any use. As in like a, what's it called now? Think it now. Playing for, guitar makers and stuff. Oh my God, I've got one up there. I thought it was called. Oh my God, do you know what? Fibromyalgia, is one of them things. Because I have fibromyalgia. I do suffer it. I'm in constant pain and it's doing my head. And it's got worse over the last couple of years. It makes you a little bit depressed, to be honest. So this is nice for me. I find this woodworking a bit of therapy. It's just nice. And also doing little things like this as well. It's just, other than the usual kind of earning money type stuff, it's just nice to be able to do something for you. Do you know what I mean? Although, this kind of stuff does get used. I'll just lightly sand it up, and I'll just put a bit of oil on that later. I just basically got rid of all the old Cascamite glue that was on my hands when I'm using it and stuff like that. So we're going to reinsert the tang into the handle, but I'm going to do it a little bit different, and I'll explain in a minute. Now, what I'm going to do first is grab my little handle and a ball peen hammer. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'll use that one, I think. I'm going to put a tiny little bend on the end of that tang, just tiny. I'll explain why in a minute. Remembering that this is cast, so you've got to be a little bit careful when you just tap and that. Just gently do it, don't overdo it. It's like you just break off. I'm just trying to put a little tiny bend on the end. I might not be able to do it without heating it up, but that is actually enough. I don't know if you can say that. It's a little tiny bend on the end of that chisel. Now my dog's whining over there at the door. He says, "Let me out." He won't if I get a treat. Wally, do you want a treat, boy? Wally, what's that? A treat? Come on. He's ignoring me now. Do you want a treat? Wally, come on, boy. Come on, boy. Treat. No, he just won't get out. Anyway, you have to wait. So anyway. I might eat that later. No, not really. So I don't know what to do with that. All right, and you've got obviously have tools ready to go. So I've done what I wanted to do with my tang. The little tiny little bend on the end. You don't need no more than that. All right. The other thing we're going to do now is mix some glue. Now you could use PU glue. I've used that before because all we're trying to do is fill the voids, not necessarily trying to glue it in. Because remember, it's a taper as well. But don't forget, this actual tang is cast and it's all dimply, so that'll lock in to the glue. So the other thing is what I'll do is just lightly sand off some of the rust that might be on it. Wire brush it off if you like. Wally, you still hanging about the door? Don't you want a treat? I don't think his eyesight is as good as it used to be. I don't think you can actually see what I had in my hands. No. He wants to come in there, right? And then he pesters for a treat. And then if I start ignoring him, but no, stop giving him treats, he'll start whining at the door to get out. You say, "Oh, well, you're not going to give me anything. I've got to see if Mum does." That's kind of what he's like. Wally, come here, boy. No, totally ignore me. Yes, you might have worked out that my dog is the name of my channel. Wally Bois. Bois is French for wood here in France. Now, we're going to mix some araldite. I'm not using these stupid little flipping nozzles. Can you imagine the amount of waste you're going to get in there that you're not going to be able to use? Because it's got to get from there to there. That's how much glue is going to be lost. I'm not using those stupid things. No. I'm just going to grab myself some painter's tape. All right. Now, if you've got a bit of plastic or something that mix it on, you can do it on that if you like. But this works really well. Just a little bit of painter's tape on the bench, like so, and it becomes your palette. So we just flatten out a little bit there. All right, and that becomes your. That's now my palette. for my arrowdite, which is, this is just a 5-minute epoxy. That's all this one is. And this one is by Contigo, I think. Anyway, it's got from Action here in France. It's a cheapy brand. How do you remove that nozzle? Do I go that way? Yes. Done it. Done it, done it, done it. So we're going to mix enough to secure that. Get rid of those stupid things. Oh, waste of plastic. So I should be able to now squeeze that up and start oozing. Okay, it comes out in a hardener and a resin. I don't need too much, that's enough. Pull the plunger back a little bit and that'll tract it back into the tube so you don't end up, well, making the resin hard because, or the nozzle hard at the end. So, and also you don't want to keep dribbling out. Now I've got my little spatula. Now I bought a load of these, I bought about 20 of them off Temu for about €1.50 or something stupid. It was really cheap. So I thought, well, that'll do. You know, normally I'll just make my own, have a bit of wood or something. But I thought, hang on, let's get fancy. That's what I thought, you know, with my Temu. Yeah, and, okay, no, let's be honest, all right. You got suckered, didn't you? You got suckered by that thinking roulette wheel at the beginning. And you clicked on it, didn't you, Marcus? That's what you did. Yes, Marcus, I did. They're so cheap to see, that's no brainer, really. And they're actually quite good. They seem all right. Maybe it's the first thing I have in Temu that's worth having. So anyway, we've got the chisel here, and we've got our actual handle. Now, I'd normally do it in the metal vise, but because I'm doing it in front of the camera, I don't want to move the camera, I'm going to do it in my woodworking vise. This is a record woodworking vise. How much bit of wood in the bottom here, I see. Move that away. And I'm going to do it up to the collar of the ferrule there, of the tang. Up so you've got this like collar area here. I'll just show you this area here. So I'm going to lower it to that because it'll stop at that point, you see. So I'm going to just lower it into the vise. I hope this video is clear enough for people. It's quite a simple thing to do. If you picked up an old chisel from the car boots or flea markets, or here in France would be like a grenier, which means empty your attic. It's just, don't rule it out. Some of the steel, especially this cast steel. Like for instance, if you're in the UK, what have you, I'd be looking out for like Ward cast steel chisels. Oh, that steel is so good. I mean, really, really good. Some of the best. Now, before I get carried away on this, I want to work out. We'll get a pencil. What a pencil? What is a pencil? That'll do. All right. What direction I want to put this on? Because in its original direction, I know it had a slight bend one way. You see, you know, us men sometimes have that problem too. You know. Okay, wait, so you know. Anyway, so I'm going to try and correct that. All right, but also I'm not going to put it in the same direction that it was in before. No, I'm actually going to twist it around a little bit so it halves it. So it's going to cut a new square into this. Hopefully I don't split the handle. If we do, that's also a lesson. I'm going to look at this now and see whether or not I'm happy with its angle. Not yet. And so when I've got it in the right position, I'll mark it, you see, where it actually sits in on the chisel, not that way. So I'm going to turn it around until I'm happy that it's true, that the handle's in line with the chisel, which is there, right? Now I'm going to mark the same face, that's the here. So I'm just going to mark that side of the handle, which is in line with the top of the chisel where the name is punched in. So I'm just going to mark the handle with a bit of pencil there. So when I take it apart and I'll put it back together again, I can find it. Now I'm going to lower my chisel into my vise with the name facing towards me. Like I say, normally I'd do this in the metalwork vise, but you know, I don't want to move the camera. All right, and I've got the mark on there, and it needs to also face towards me. And that isn't going to go in true, because true would be something like that, or like that. I'm actually going slightly to one side with it. Yeah, like that. All right. So what I need to do now is I need to load this up with a bit of arrowdite, which I've already... Oh, arrowdite isn't arrowdite. Arrowdite is a brand name. Basically, this is a 2-part epoxy adhesive, a resin. And I'm just going to load that up on there. Now, you could make a new handle, and you wouldn't need to do all this. You'd better drive it in and it should stay there. But I ain't got the problem with the handle. The handle's in reasonable condition, you see. And it's proved, you know, a good handle so far. I forgot a rag. I'm going to need a rag in a minute because it's going to ooze out, you see. Now, it's not going to be that easy. So I'm going to put some on there as well to seal the end. It's not going to be that easy to drive this down, I don't think. because I'm cutting into dry oak. So I'm going to put some into there. We're just trying to fill all the voids. Yeah? It don't matter if it oozes out. Or make sure all the voids are full, because that is what's going to hold it into place. It's not the actual glue sticking to the metal, because that's going to do diddly squat. It's going to be the fact they've got all these little lumpy bits on the side here, a bit like cellulite, you know, it's a bit like Anne Widdecombe's bottom. Well, actually, mine probably. Poor Anne Widdecombe. My God. That woman's an anomaly. Anyway, so, some people love her though. I'm going to drive that wood onto that tang. Okay. Right, I'm going to use either mallet, use my mallet here, and gently drive it down, keeping that line in front of me, because I know that's in line with, let's just make sure I've actually put that in the right way around, because I can't remember if I did now. Yes, I did. Check, check, double check. All right, I'm going to tap this down. All right, holding it so it stays, because it's going to have a habit of trying to twist round, you see, into one of the, it's going to find the root of this resistance. Hopefully it doesn't split the ferrule, because the ferrule's got a little bit light, if I'm honest, a bit thin. And that's squeezing the excess glue out. No problems at all so far. God, this is going to be really strong. All right, and I'm just going to grab a rag. I need a rag. I've got to get a rag. Oh, that'll do. Bit of old baby wipe. Oh, you saw my fat belly. Ain't you lucky? I'm going to wipe a bit of that over the ferrule as well. I'm not going to polish the ferrule up, you see, so I could actually just do it. If I do that, wouldn't it stop it from going all weird? You know, tarnishing. Right, I don't know about whether to drive it in a little bit further. Yeah, go in a little bit further, I think. I don't need to worry what way it's facing this time. That's looking good. I'll better rag than that. It's horrible. Here's one. Here's one I found earlier. I'd like to thank somebody who commented on my croc video. My security crocs. Mentioned about a kind of a croc, right? At least I can chuck off my feet easy if I go in the house, you see. Otherwise I just drag off and sawdust attached to my feet across the kitchen floor, because that's the first port of entry, you see. And but these particular crocs, which I'm going to order, about €30, so you know they're a bit dearer than these cheap ass things I wear. And the but the security ones, I got I don't know if they've got steel toe caps or some sort of plastic toe cap in them or something. But they're and also looks like they've got a proper tread on them, which makes it even more interesting, because the problem with these are throwaway. These crocs last me a couple of months and I've got to get rid of them because you wear through the soles. They become thin and they hurt your feet. Well, there you go. That looks pretty good now. Yeah. A little bit of extra TLC on the anvil, I reckon. Just make sure you get that. Could do that afterwards, but I don't want to break the glue, you see. So just going to give that a little bit of a... That's better. Making sure there's no bits of copper sticking out. Oh, copper in brass, sorry. I'm just tapping that around gently around there. So it's not going to be perfect, obviously, because it's old. It could be probably done with a new ferrule. If you're wondering, this is a anvil. It's been made out of an old sledgehammer. It's brilliant. It works so well. I really like it. I've got another couple of anvils around here, but I could do with getting myself a big old one, so I would like, but they're so expensive. Yeah, get an old one is. You get new ones, even they're there, obviously, because there's a lot of iron in them. And the transport costs. So there you go, all right? That is the actual handle reattached, not disassembled, reassembled onto the cast steel chisel. And I think I got it fairly true this time. I think that's quite good. Now this old steel, these chisels, definitely worth keeping an eye out for, because, well, they're no brainer. For start, they're cheap as chips. You find them in these places, pretty much almost give them away, a couple of quid or something like that. You know, the handle might be in okay condition even, but you know, sometimes it might be shit. Easy to make a handle for one, easy to carve it out, just with them fine and what have you, and or rasp, and you can make a handle out of an old branch or something, seasoned or green. You know, it's so easy to do. You can just do it. And if you can't get hold of a brass tube, you can use copper pipe. I don't recommend it, but you can use copper pipe or even steel pipe if you want. old small gauge gas pipe, something. In this case, I suppose that's about 18 mil across there. But yeah, I have done it like that before. Actually, to be honest, the steel pipe is the best. If you get a bit of old steel pipe, it's a lot stronger than the brass. It's not as pretty, but it's a lot stronger. Anyway, the only thing I would say about steel, but be warned, the steel, the iron sulfates in the iron will react with oak and chestnut and some other hardwoods, and you'll find it with black. But you could actually just blowtorch the thing, couldn't you? Make it black anyway. I might even do that. Should we do that? Yeah, let's do that. Oh, we'll make a short video long. I could have made this into 2 videos. I've got my Dexter. Hello, Dexter. I've got some Ruffenberger ones, but the gas is so expensive here for those. Like €25 for a flipping can of gas. I'm not doing that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to blowtorch the bugger. I'm blackening the handle. What it will do is kill any bugs and stuff that are in it. Right? And also make it hot. I'll give you an idea what it's going to look like. It'll look like this one here. Like my framing hammer. That has been blackened, tarred, carbonized. So let's carry on. I wasn't going to do this, and I thought, what the hell? Right. Don't need to do it too much. You only need to go as far as you need to go. Might make the the epoxy resin go off quicker. Either that will set a light to it. Oh, isn't that fun? Look at that! Oh, crikey. Health and safety. Where's my bottle of gas? I was sitting there a minute ago. Oh, no, it's gone. Good. Alright, let's turn it down a bit. Alright. You want me just at the end of the actual blue, yeah, you've got the light blue part of the flame. You want to be just on the end of it. It's got shit gas in there, I'll tell you. That's why it keeps flaring up like that. It's either that or the gas mixture's wrong. He's only cheap, aren't he? Only cheap old torch. Well, okay, I've blackened that. That's blackened. Right? It's going to be hot. Warn you about that. That will be hot. Oh, I missed a bit. Oh, crikey. That's what I told the missus. Right. Missed a bit there, look. Let's just do that first. And oh, I think that's it. So you set light to everything, isn't it? Oh, that'll do. That'll do. And now what I'll do is I'm going to grab some sandpaper. It's going to be hot at the moment. And also that make everything black. So I'm going to use a little bit of a wire brush on there first, get rid of the worst of it. Well, that's not hot, that's all right. Oh, damn, I just noticed. People say, why would you want to do that? I don't know why people do that, to be honest. You've got that Ryan guy. I started watching some of his videos, actually. Ryan, or Ryan, or something like Owen. And Owen Reynolds, that Irish lad, on YouTube. He's got quite a lot of subscribers. He likes to chuck his tools in a toolbox with all the other tools and don't really pay much attention to the fact that he's taking the edge off, and even though he's just sharpened them, makes no sense to me whatsoever. He's a lovely lad, though. Now this has actually shown up now. I can now see the split more that was forming. Remember I mentioned about the split? I'm not going to worry about it because it's not going to cause me any problems. Really, a chisel like this should really never get in a situation where you get a split handle. You should be lumped. This is not the sort of chisel you'd be lumping with a hard anyway, even though obviously I have. Now the other thing I'm going to need is my linseed oil, which I can't see. What have I done with that? I bet you it's in the lab. I might have to go and get it. Ah, dear me. So it's actually looking really nice now. Yeah, it's actually looking really good. Doesn't need it on the end. God, it's still hot. I wasn't going to do that, but there you go. Done it anyway. There you go. Bonus. How to make a short video long. Right. I'm quite good at that, aren't I? Making, so I'm not editing this video. It's gonna, it is what it is. I put so many videos up, you see. I can't spend my life editing. I really can't. And not because it takes me a lot of time to edit. Anyone who does any editing will know how, yeah, the length of time. Actually, somebody mentioned it, actually. One sent me a message via my Patreon. And, yeah, he wants some advice on that. Now, I tend to use a piece of software for my editing when I do editing called DaVinci. That's professional software. It's really good. But the only thing I'd say about it is it's very hungry on your computer. If you want a piece of software that'll pretty much do everything you need to do if you want to edit a video, I recommend CapCut. It is actually really good and it's free. There is a paid-for version as well. God, this feels so nice. I'm really pleased with that. I'm glad I've done that. Yeah. Now I just need to find my linseed oil. And while he's still sitting there, I'll find my linseed oil. I've got some boiled linseed oil around there somewhere. I know it is. It's in my lab. So I'll be back in two seconds. Oh, here it is. I found it already. Where's my Wally? Wally, do you want a treat, my boy? I'll grab that treat. I'll shiver and tease him. Wally. Wally, do you want that, boy? Wally. What's that? Oh, he's coming now. He's seen it now. I'm sure his hearing's he's on his way out. It's either that or he's got selective hearing. Hey, boy. Come here. Just say hello. Oh, Wally. Come on, boy. Oh, he's my favourite friend. This is my Wally. He's getting old now. He's 14. 15's very soon, aren't you? Yeah, I know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, but he's a lovely, lovely boy. And he has a few problems, don't you? Hey? Yeah, his hearing's going. And he's yeah, he has fits and that as well now, so. There you go, boy. There you are. I'll let you out in a minute, okay? Can I just finish my video? So I'm going to put a bit of linseed oil on that. And he's the reason this channel is called Wally Bois. So I'm just going to wipe that over there. Yeah. Now, if you don't want to lube your own wood, get the missus to do it, okay? She's probably more experienced than you. Well, actually, maybe not. Anyway, that should be another channel. So how about that? Look at that. Now, all I'm going to do now is put this to one side. Take about 25 minutes time, probably better use that. I'll put in there the wood burner, which is in that warmer area. It's only 5-minute epoxy, but, you know, I'll give it 25 minutes, and that'll be plenty of time, and that'll be secured in there. Now, that looks like a different tool. I like this black Lark. Bit of carbonisation, you can't beat it, can you? It's like grandmother's cooking. Anyway, thanks for watching. And like I say, don't rule out an old tool. Toodaloo. Oh, don't forget to beat the like button, maybe subscribe to the channel, and maybe the little bell icon, so you get one fast video in your pocket every time I upload another video. And then you might get some more innuendo. And hopefully a good tip. Toodaloo.